This is a box. We're gonna transform it from this box to this. This show is called Tinker Tuesday. It's brought to you by Parks. Now I know in the past I've been really guilty for drawing out intros for way too long, so I'm just gonna jump into this build and not even show you any of it. It's done. This is the new Poseidon X Ambition. Basically what this model is over the original X is a little bit taller of a head tube, so a bit more upright of a riding position. But what I call it is more opportunity for more people to enter the world of stem slamming. They've actually gone to a more compact geometry here. I personally love that look a little bit more. Ships with a slightly bigger tire, a 40C tire, and have swapped out the saddle. Apparently people were having problems with the saddles before. Yeah. It's also this really choice raw brushed aluminum with black carbon fork, all black parts. I like that. And I know it's Tinker Tuesday, but I wanted to show what the bike is immediately out of the box. If you just put it together the way it is, you've got an aluminum frame, brushed aluminum frame, tapered head tube, 68mm threaded bottom bracket, QR rear, 135mm spacing, but that can be swapped out for through axle. You get a full carbon fork. If you don't upgrade to the through axle model, you get QR, which is what I have here. Pretty wide 24-degree flare dirt drop bars. Drivetrain, you get the tried and true Microshift Advent X. I am a fan of it. Square tapered 170mm length crankset with a 38-tooth narrow wide chainring. And the brakes, they have gone to the two-piston style actuating, kind of like a TRP Spire, but the Tektro ones. Yeah, I think that covers everything. I wanted to go ride it like this a little bit and then come back and do the maybe a little bit ridiculous upgrades, like stage 1 upgrades for this thing. Let's go have 20 seconds of that kind of footage. So I just want to preface everything I'm about to do here with this thing out of the box, absolutely ready to rip, RTR. I would be content to ride this exactly as is. It weighs 25.5 pounds on my scale here. It's got plenty of range. It looks absolutely killer out of the box. But unfortunately, and a little bit fortunately for me, the tinkerer that I am, in this game, you can't just leave a bike stock. And heck, I don't want to leave a bike stock. It's just not my style. See, if I just leave this bike stock and present it this way, this video might get between 4,000 and 5,000 views, but by throwing $1,000 worth of parts at a $799 bicycle, it might get 5,500 views, and that could lead to YouTube growth. Big brain decision.
And these are the parts we're gonna use. These Shimano Ultegra R8000 cranks with a 40-tooth oval wolf tooth chainring and an FSA bottom bracket to top it all off. This 110mm length zip service course stem and the matching service course seat post with more setback than I would prefer, but And then the pièce de résistance. These NV Aero bars, which came from my LA Sprint. They're marked 44 centimeters wide, but they seem a little narrower than that. Anyway, NV stuff comes with clout, and that's what I'm after, so I'm using them.
So for the quick, motivating W, I'm just going for the seat post right away. That's done, off the list. And then I can focus my attention on probably the next easiest task, which is just
swapping these square taper cranks out for the Ultegra Holotech cranks that I have. It's kind of exciting that I can finally use these cranks. I originally wanted to put them on my original Poseidon X, but the chainstays on the original bikes were actually too wide for the Q factor of these cranks, and the redesign allows them to get on there and spin freely and easily. Now, the bar and stem combo. I'm admittedly not the biggest fan of a flared drop bar. I don't really know why, so as you can see, I'm excited to swap these out. Of course, I don't have any spare bar tape, so I'm gonna reuse this stuff as I swap from these to these.
So you'll have to excuse the poor audio quality. It is raining and the steel roof is really bad for creating an echo, but my frugality is inescapable. So the bars came off of my old LA Sprint that I bought for a crazy deal, and it had a Dura Ace drivetrain on it, and it's got the like really slick Shimano cables, or it had the really slick Shimano cables. I only sold the frame of that bike, so I still had like all this stuff. It's a good opportunity to use the rear brake cable from that bike as a massive upgrade to the housing and cables that come on Poseidon bikes. And the front brakes on this thing are going to work, and the rears are gonna not as much.
I kind of wish I had a longer run of bougie cables to do the rear of this bike as well, because of everything that I'm doing to this bike right now, the most tangible difference in performance is gonna come from brake cable. Everything else is literally, it's visual, honestly. And I want to take a moment here to appreciate just how well the internal cable routing on these Poseidon forks is. You literally just push the cable through and it comes out exactly where you want it to. Thank you. Thank you for making it painless. So then it's just recycling the bar tape that I took off the other bars, wrapping up to a trendy spot on these aero bars and taping them down.
And so upon completion of handlebar, stem swap, internal routing through the bars, changing cranks, different seat posts, it kind of looks, well, kind of the same. So I think you'd probably be interested to know the difference in weight between the stock Poseidon X Ambition and the very poorly thought out $1,000 worth of upgrades that have gone on this. It started at 25.5 pounds on my bathroom scale, and now it's 24.2. So a little more than a pound. I'm probably not going to actually notice anything that has changed on this other than the fact that it's like, ooh, brand name stuff. See, if I was smart, what I should have done was taken those parts, tried to sell them and use that money to buy wheels as an upgrade for this over putting the parts on this bike. But that's what happened, so Tinker Tuesday. And with that, that brings us to the end of this installment of Poor Decisions Tuesday. And as always, if you like these stupid decisions, this content, you can support this show directly through the thanks button below and get your comment associated with it posted right here. There was a crazy amount last week. As I mentioned before, it really sometimes doubles and triples the revenue of these videos. It helps immensely. So thank you so much for your support. Very, very much. And of course, if you're looking for your forever tools, a lot of the stuff that I used in this video to put this bike together, Park Tool is your choice. Check out the link below. It will bring you to the Park Tool page for Jenson USA, and you'll be able to get any of your forever tools right there. And with that said, we're gonna go a little more classic Tinker Tuesday next week.